Oh, hi everyone. I couldn't get my my ring light to turn on. And then it did turn on and it was only yellow. And then I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it finally worked. But yeah, it took me a minute. So I apologize. I am a little bit late. Let me get everything set up here otherwise. And we got Mr. Chubby Hubbies here. And I missed that last one, whoever that was that popped in there. We'll see here. Ma's here. Karen's here. Rufo's here. Rick Smith is here. Welcome, everybody. I apologize for my unreadiness and my lateness. And Caleb's here. Welcome, everybody. Okay. There goes that part of things. Okay, we got lots to talk about today. What the shoot? I was sure I did that first. There we go. Now I'm ready. Okay. Yeah, now we got the Wednesday rolling now that we got all of that out of the way. Rockin' in Kentucky is here. Cheers, everybody. And Steinkern. And Soul is here. She's lurking while she's working. Welcome, Soul. If you got us on mute and you can't hear us, we love you, Soul. And this little blurry thing down here in the corner, that is the absolute last time you guys will see that. The new screen protectors are here. They're just not here. And when they get here, I still have to put that on. So, but I promise we got that fixed. The solution is here for that. And I'm trying to find a spot where it's not bad. And I shook my shaker till it wouldn't shake anymore. We killed the Shake-O-Matic, and I've got a new one coming, kind of bigger Shake-O-Matic. So we'll have a look at that probably next week. I cut some rocks. I cut a quartz that I found on the Madison River, so more south central Montana than north central Montana, and it actually did some fun stuff, so we'll look at that here in just a little bit. I cut a mystery rock that I threatened to cut on the channel a long time ago. So Karen just cut her green rock, and it turned out to be quite surprising. Hey, Kid. I think I saw Kid in there. Yep. And Patricia, welcome. And since Karen cut her green rock, I thought, well, maybe it's just time I cut my green rock too, because I've often wondered what's inside here. And now that I've cut it, I honestly don't have any more answers than I had. It didn't answer any of my questions. So this darker stuff is, I don't know, a mica or a feldspar. You can see you guys are getting flashed right there. Get flashed on your Wednesday afternoon or morning. And that goes throughout this stone. That mica flash or feldspar flash or whatever that is. Isn't that pretty, by the way, you guys? Sonia, good morning. What is this? Does anybody have any guesses? Because I don't know. Oh, I'm one of the unthumbers. Let me do the thumb thing too. Thank you for the reminder, Kiersey. Again, it's just a rock I found on the prairie. So it's not like, you know, something of any value or anything other than that I like it. Ryan, hi, how are you? And welcome. Anyway, I don't know. So I cut some pieces off of it. And again, they're gorgeous. What are they doing? I don't get it, guys. I just don't get it. Clearly, Rufo, I agree. Some of them broke. And Give me just a second, because I did polish some of this. Again, you know, trying to figure out what it is, so I'm going through all the steps of what's in this rock. And I don't know if it's just like the whole create the cab that shows a picture thing in my mind, but here's a piece that I polished. And this one didn't have as much of that reflective stuff. In fact, that reflective angle kind of goes at this angle rather than this angle in this piece. Okay, we're done with that. This one to me looks like Puff the Magic Dragon or the Loch Ness Monster or something. You see him in there? When I first cut it, it looked like a stag. And then after I polished it, it started looking a little bit more like Nessie or like Puff. Anyway, aside from the picture that we can see in that rock, it's kind of got a pretty pattern and neat reflective surfaces and is kind of pretty. Welcome, Spicy Ghost. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, so I don't know what it is. Like I say, I really don't. Here's the outside of the Nessie piece. But I was quite surprised when the first slab came off the saw and it was like florally little plumes and stuff. I was like, oh, that's pretty. I'm going to keep cutting that. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Like I say, it's not like it's valuable or anything. And it is kind of fractury and cracky and breaky. And there's many pieces. And I got a neat little end specimen out of the deal too. You know, that ain't a bad deal. I'm loving that little window into that rock. It's beautiful. But enough with that rock, because we got crap loads of rocks to look at today. We've been really busy over here on the prairie. I do want to turn you around to look at this quartz, because it's quite fancy, if you do ask me. We love rocks by the crap load. Agree. Okay. Issues where comments show up on your TV anymore during the lives. Did you sometimes you have to like activate the little live chat thing and see if we're too far in or too far out for this big old chonker. Looks like wouldn't hurt. Come out a little and then in. That was too much. I apologize. I'm getting a little wild with the zoom there. Okay. That's looking a little bit better. No, there's no live chat button anymore. Well, that's silly. Yeah, when you can't see the chat on your TV, then how are you supposed to like lap while you, stare at your phone, I guess? Morning, Lava. It's a lovely day now that Lava Bison's in the house. All right, so the first cut off of this wasn't as spectacular as it maybe could be. And again, these are just rough. We'll maybe wet a couple of these as we go. It was pretty, but just kind of, but like the more I got into this, the prettier it got. And then I was like, I think I might have cut the wrong side of this. So you can see there's like a little schiller spot right there. And now we're starting to get into some pink. Maybe you can see if the focus will do the thing. In fact, now that we're done looking at the majority of the rock, let's just have it one piece at a time. One piece at a time. Again, not the most spectacular thing in the whole wide world. But as we get in there, as we get going, more pink. Now we're starting to get some little cleavages and fractures that make this real pretty. Let's see, what about this one? Let's get them wet. Where is the wetter? this'll work. There, we can see all the little rainbows and pretty things. All the pretty colors. Did we get snow? Not only did we get snow here, snow on the beach, Karen says, by the way, for those of you who aren't getting the chat on your screen today. Yeah, not only did we get snow, but we got like an Arctic blast as well. And it's just been horrendous. Like, I am not kidding. I have had grown men come into my work and say it's enough to make them want to cry. And I mean, we've had worse winters, but it's been pretty nice here this winter. And so now this like first Arctic blast we're getting is like kicking our butts up here. It was negative 12 with wind chill up here. It felt like negative 31 the other night, and it's just hovered there. It's just stayed kind of right there. I think it warmed up just a smidge today. What's it say today? 3. It's 3 degrees. All right, just a couple more. And we've got, like I say, just so many rocks to look at today, you guys. This is nuts. This rock, my father-in-law, even though I'm not really married, I've always claimed him as to be my kin, even though he's not. And anyway, we call him Papa John or Big John. They are staying in Arizona, speaking of the snow. They're snowbirding. And he found this in the driveway of the campground, or, you know, where they've parked their camper in Arizona. Does this look familiar to anybody? Do you know what this is? Is it chert? Kind of looks cherty. Yeah, Kiersey, it's been real cold here. Lava cut and polished this. So we get to see what's inside. Does that help anybody? Also, I made a discovery about this rock. I'll be right back. There's the bear. Welcome, bear. Oh, so jealous that you get to go to Arizona where it's warm. Yeah, this again is from Arizona. These little inclusions fluoresce under the black light, but not only that, they phosphoresce. I'm trying to figure out which light was better for that. I don't know if there's any way possible you guys are going to see that. No way. No way, Jose. And I can't dare shut the ring light off because it was such a pain in the arse to get it to turn on. But maybe if I use this cardboard. Nope, it's way too bright in here. These little inclusions, phosphoresce. Does that help anybody determine what that is? Is it chert? Is it a really beautiful banded chert? Is it a jasper? What is it? It's so bizarro. Let's have like one side up, one side back so you can see the front and the back. I wish everybody's TVs weren't being silly. Really weird wood is Rick's guess. Yeah, I really don't know. I wish I did because it's really quite cool. He also found a little like fire agate bleb. It didn't have any fire in it. It was just like the little white, like, you know, puckery looking little ripply looking piece. But yeah, Jeff is here. Welcome, Jeff. Yeah, I do not know. It's cool. I like it. I was like, you know, Papa John picked up some pretty good rocks. Considering he's not a rock hound, he did really good. He picked up some interesting stuff. Too bizarre. Okay, moving on. Guys, remember this rock that Rufo sent me? I polished this side of this piece because I really do like this stuff. It's super cool. And I'm wearing it, so give me a second to fetch it off my neck. It was the screenshot or the thumbnail for today's video. Hang on. The clasp is moved to the front. I expected it to be in the back. Give me just a second. There we go. And I was joking. I don't know if you guys saw my post on like the community part, the post part of the YouTube thing. I was like, oh, I missed the deadline for the cab contest, but I'd like to think that I'd have stood a chance with my connect the dot, create your own picture cab. Yes, I was wearing it. So I made a little triangle cab. I maybe had Ma on my mind, and she maybe had influenced this just a little bit. And I tried a new wire wrapping technique, just something a little different from what I usually do. And for, you know, my first try and experimenting along, that didn't turn out bad at all, I think. Thank you, Ma. Yeah, it's not the most bestest wire wrap job in the whole wide world or anything like that, nor is it the best cabbing job in the whole wide world. But, you know, I love my kind of rustic prairie girl style stuff anyways. So yeah, that was a fun one. Thank you, Patricia. I hacked your brain. You might have, Ma. Oh, did you, Caleb? Yes, I am on the Discord. I'll have to go look, though, and see what the new theme is this month. And I'm really just joking about this. I mean, we were doing some cabbing or some flat lapping stuff, actually not even really cabbing. But I had two pieces of this piece and this other piece. And I was going to maybe shape it and do some stuff with it. And as it went along, I was like, oh, look, it's a triangle. And so, but yeah, that's probably one that I'll keep. I love that. And then I actually made a couple pieces. I went ahead and attempted something similar to that style again. Pretty little Montana agate piece. Well, hello. Just one more rock. Thank you, Les. And welcome, Les. I don't know if I said hello to you yet today. And one more jewelry piece that I've come up with in the last couple of days is this nice little druzy pocket. Al's here. Thanks, Al. Daniel's here. Welcome, Daniel. Just in case you guys needed that little show, the little backlight show there. Oh, the Prairie Kid is here. It is so cold, isn't it?
It is incredibly cold.
The thermometer says that it warmed up out there. Cheers, everybody. But I'm not entirely sure that it did, in fact, warm up out there. Ooh, it sucks so bad. I need to shovel. I need to go get more firewood. I don't want to do any of it because it sucks so bad. Oh, burr. Burr. Not nice. But at least the sun is shining today. That's good news. That's new. We haven't had that in a couple of days. All right, and we are after the big jar of rocks. Where is it? There it is. What's in the big jar? And more exciting news about that. Oh, it's so big. It's so big. What's in the big jar, guys? That's an interesting guess there, Al. Okay. Whew. What's in there? There's stuff in there. I bet it's vibing. Interesting. Interesting, CH. Ready? All right. There's a surprise in there. But first, cheers. The best part of waking up is drinking from your Karen cup. I'll be right back. Let me fill up and then we'll get into what's in this jar. A large greenhouse over my house. I love that idea, CH. And then I could do rock stuff all year round. What was it?
Those are really good.
You like those, huh? I'm glad, because I wasn't sure I was into it. Hey, look how pretty, dog. Oh, yeah, buddy, way better. Ready? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. One bag of stuff. 2 bags of stuff. 3 bags of stuff. 4 bags of stuff. 5 bags of stuff. Let's get into it. How did this happen? Okay, back in the thing we go. Let's try to not push any of the buttons with the thing. Let's start with this. Just one little bag of glass here. You guys know from the past that I've done some tumbled glass and stuff. Some of it's UV or uranium glass. You can see some of those there doing their uranium thing. And then some of them I've just, you know, I make jewelry out of them and stuff, right? Okay. Looks like we had one break. That's okay. One little casualty out of the masses is not bad. Okay, one bag of material. Let's jump right into some AZ stuff next. So, I saw Brian here earlier. Is Brian still here? And is Julie here? Julie's probably doing video work, which is A-okay. Yeah, so here's some stuff from AZ Rock Hounding Expeditions. All kinds of super fun stuff here. And there she is. You say her name and she shall appear. And Brian too. I spy a petwood. Yeah, okay, so the cat's out of the bag, guys. This stuff, Lava Bison got a new toy. Well, in fact, Papa John, like I said, is down in Arizona. They're snowbirding, right? And like I say, he collected a couple of rocks out of the campground there that were just gorgeous. But since Papa John ain't here, like, for example, you guys see what's happening with this rock here? Do you see how it just kind of looks like it's coated in that stuff? Anybody gonna take a guess? These obviously didn't go through my rotary tumbler. Anybody want to guess what Lava Bison's new toy is? That should be a pretty dead giveaway. Vibratory! Ba-boom! Brian, you win today. There's no prize, but you win. And there's Chubby Hubby for the second place prize. And Cynthia for the third place prize. So here is a batch of AZ Rock Hounding Expeditions material that's been ran through the vibratory tumbler instead of the rotary. So there is, okay, and I just told you guys earlier today too that I wore out my ultrasonic cleaner. So there's like little grits of foreign bits and things in some of these rocks that when I get my new ultrasonic cleaner set up, we're going to run these through and take care of some of that stuff. In fact, Bison was like, do you even want to show those before we get the little grits out of the holes? And I decided yes. I decided yes, I wanted to show these now and talk about his new toy that he's trying out. So again, you get just a little bit different finish with the vibratory tumbler than you do with the rotary tumbler. It does different stuff. It's so pretty. And then Brian had said, I see a petwood. There's a couple of blues in here too. Turned out really, really nice. Even the backs on these blues turned out nice in the vibratory tumbler. I think he did rough grit them 2 times. Resort Dog. I can't say for sure, but I think he did. And then we'll want to look at this one too. I think Brian was pretty excited about this piece. We cut a bunch of this actually, and some of the pieces had some druzy. So sorry, I'm kind of doing the drift because I wanted to actually check and see if some of that druzy had maintained. I don't see it. But that's a beautiful piece of petwood, and look how pretty it came out of the tumbler. Or the vibratory, the Shakeno, volcano, he calls it. Shakeno with the lava. I don't know what he's calling it yet. We name all of our equipment. Sometimes it's just obvious, like big saw or older saw or little saw or things like that. But one way or another, they have a name. And I started doing that really early on so that when I was, like my brother will come over and play on the equipment sometimes. And the kids will do stuff every once in a while with some of the equipment. And, Lava Bison will help out with the cutting and things every once in a while. And so instead of trying to explain which piece of equipment, this, that, and the other, we just give it a name and then right away which piece we're talking about. So instead of saying a rotary tumbler or vibratory tumbler or the ultrasonic cleaner, we give them names like the Shake-O-Matic and, things like that. So it just, I don't know. I think it's easier to explain when that piece of equipment has a name. Take it to Ergos. Yeah, anyway, Papa John had been using the vibratory polisher for reloading stuff. And since he's not here using it, Lava Bison said, I'm going to give it a try. And if I decide I like it, I'll just buy Dad a new one. And so here we are. And by the way, he's got another load in already, working on another batch of this stuff of all kinds of different things. So there was some AZ material and some glass. Let's move on to some stuff that he purchased. Look at this. I don't remember what this is. Maybe he'll remember in the chat and can tell us. And I have some of this stuff in my rotary tumbler too. But again, this takes under a week to accomplish, and mine takes 4 weeks to accomplish. So it'll be another little while before we can see what the rotary tumbler is doing to these. But I can assure you it's just a little bit different outcome. That one's a bit rough. We'll kind of skip over that one real quick. I'm going to slide these over so we can zoom in and get just like one at a time and not fight for focus. I think they're darn pretty. Oh, I know, it's called Amazing. Yeah, and like Bison says in the chat, we just threw a bunch of stuff in there to see what would happen. Did we take the advice of like tumbling the same hardnesses with each other and things like that? Probably not. I mean, we might have heard it, but we got to try it to find out for ourselves what will and won't work, don't we? Look at this piece, so cool. I was shocked how much material he could run in one run, how fast it goes, compared to my end of things. I was shocked. And they turn out beautiful. They're absolutely lovely. It can take bigger stones than mine can take, which is always super fun. Look, there's almost like a bit of blue in there. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. That's an interesting tip. Rick says put it in the rotary for a couple of weeks and on the first and second grip before you throw it in the vibratory tumbler. That'd get you a different result, wouldn't it? Plastic filler climbs out of the glass and polish. I'm not sure what that. Of course, they don't recommend the coarse grit from what I saw, so medium, fine, and polish. Wow. See, yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to have those debates. I know I like the outcome of this, especially since, like I say, it was his first try, and we just were like, let's try some of this and some of that and a little bit of this. And I know that's bad tumbling procedure, but I like that one. It's pretty. But we did it anyway, didn't we? Ooh, this one's neat. Turn it so I can kind of see. Beautiful. Isn't that stuff gorgeous, you guys? Woo! Some of these are so silly. They just about make me chuckle a little bit. This one too. This one kind of makes me want to giggle. I don't know why. But it does, and I like it. You'd be cranking the rocks out in the rotary. Yeah, for real. There's no fear of running out of material to load that thing with either. I've got rocks in the closet, rocks under the bed. This one's beautiful. I love this. Rocks out on the deck, rocks, down the hall, rocks under the desk, under the table, on the table, upstairs, everywhere. They're everywhere. There probably are still a few in my pickup from the summertime. That is so cool. I love that piece. So there's no fear of running out of material to cut and polish and polish and cut and all of the above. This is stunning too. I really like this too. Oh, sorry, Rufo. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I love this stuff. Let's see, that one we looked at already. I think this will probably be about the last one we look at. Yeah, Of this one anyways. Okay. Well, let me put all of that back in the bag. Oh my goodness, some seriously pretty stuff there. Seriously pretty stuff. Super cool, lots of fun. And moving right on here. Shape cabs on the flat lap and then put them in the vibratory tumbler. Cynthia, that's genius and I love it. I do kind of the same thing in my rotary, but again, you're not going to get that like square edge on your rotary that you are on the vibratory. So, but I know that, And I don't mind that they, you know, I'm not trying for like cross shapes or heart shapes or anything that's going to be morbidly unshaped in the rotary tumbler. I'm just like, if it comes out, you know, like this, then I'm plumb happy, right? That's just a piece that I put in, ran it through the rotary tumbler, and because it was cut and, you know, took care of all the little nubs and edges, it makes a nice cab piece. Let's see. I save the tumbler for pre-polishing and do the sanding in the crown. Oh, very interesting. See, everybody does it a little different. I love everybody's different techniques and styles. So obviously these are some sodalites that Lava purchased, and we ran a bunch through his vibratory tumbler, and there are some in my rotary tumbler right now as we speak. So I've already pulled some of these pieces out of here and made like jewelry with them, and I made Lava's mom and dad twin meeples. 2 meeples, 1 stand. They look like little minions. They're hilarious. But made some jewelry pieces out of a couple of these already as well. I'm wondering where I put it, and I cannot find it. Oh well. Some of these turned out really cool. Like, there were a couple of really thin, like, little chip size pieces that the light just is stunning through. When you backlight it, it's just like royal blue. Oops, there's one trying to sneak away over there. Do you, Rick? I'm glad for that. There's some really pretty pieces here too. Like, they really turned out nice. Look, they're so slickery, I can't even hold on to them. And of course, the fun of sodalite is to watch it glow. That's the wrong light. And it's too bright in here. There's one. It's a couple of them back there. We're getting some colors out of there. That one. Ooh, look at that one. Can you see it? I can't even tell. Is it just under my thing? No, it's way out of the camera. Yeah, not all of them are as UV reactive. Some of them a little less than others, but they're all beautiful. Les loves the sodalite. Oh, blue, says Kiersey. Yes. What Resort Dog just said. If it's rounded, polished all over, it was a tumbler polish. If it looks like somebody sprayed like some clear coat over some of the like rougher edges and stuff, then it was probably vibratory tumbled. If it's got like kind of a square edge to it, like this piece right here kind of has a square edge, probably vibratory tumbled rather than rotary tumbled. Well, thank you, Ryan. Yeah, like I say, we're definitely not experts, either one of us. We're really just like, you know, doing what prairie people do. We're just trying new things, learning as we go. And last but not least here, guys, you know this Montana girl has Montana material like for weeks, right? Like I say, we're in no harm, no scare of running out of Montana stuff. Again, those edges that you get out of a vibratory tumbler versus a rotary tumbler, this would have never come out with these little square edges out of a rotary tumbler. Never, ever in a million years. And that's going to make the coolest little piece of jewelry. By the way. Oh my gosh, yeah. You guys, how pretty is some of this? I'm going to do the big McScoot so we can kind of look at some of this without fighting the focus. Look, here's just a little guy. I'm so impressed with that little rotary tumbler. Well, it ain't little, or vibratory tumbler. This is actually super pretty backlit. The banding and stuff in this piece is pretty stunning. What's next? I could just grab and go for days here. This was one of the Adopt a Rocks rocks, and I can't remember if it was Les or Ma. And I think the other rock that one of those Les or Ma picked is in here. I can't remember. Nope, maybe not. Here's the other piece of that one we were just looking at too, by the way. It broke in the process. Otherwise, it would have been that whole big thing. But it's okay. We're not sad. We're over it. It's still pretty. Oh, and let's backlight the little piece too, real quick. Doo-doo-doo-doot. Oh, yeah. Some pretty stuff. Anyway, we did this one kind of. There's some water lines or banding in there that we didn't quite get to when we cut it, but it's pretty. Let's see what else. What are we danging in about? Brian's tumbling? Is he? Jennifer, welcome. Big old thick chunk. I think my jade batch of tumbles has been turned off for like 5 months. Oh, that definitely can happen. Where you're like, yeah, and then stuff gets in the way, and pretty soon Sunday turns to Monday, Monday turns to Tuesday. Pretty soon you're still not doing it. A week later. Look at all the little dendrites peeking through. There's a big old crystal mouth. Wow, chomp, chomp. I love it. Never tumbled any of the drusies or crystal pocket pieces I found. It just hasn't been prepped. Well, I don't do anything and mine come out. Again, this is rotary, but the little druzy pockets come out. They're just fine. Totally beautiful and sparkly. And as we just looked at the little quartz pocket in this one, out of the shaker, out of the vibratory, and they're fine. They came out just fine. They're still there. So yeah, I always tell people, don't be afraid. But then I sometimes find myself being a little bit chicken. Like, well, what if it ruins it? I don't think those two match. The one is so thick and the other one isn't. Thinking that's two different pieces, and that's where that one goes. That one goes. There we go. Look at me. Now we've got two pieces, right? Okay. And then there's some little enders. Like maybe this one goes there and this one goes there. There we go. Those actually broke before they went in the tumbler. And I was like, yep, they're all going in there anyway. But ain't that a beaut? Woohoo! I remember this making waves just, you know, like a week ago, because it only takes Bison like a week to do his stuff. And how everyone was like, that's super pretty. Well, now it's all polished up, you guys. That one's got a big old fingerprint on it. They're triangles too, Ma. Look at them. Mm-hmm. Bunch of, like I say, I've got pet woods. I'm kind of the motto of leave no pet wood behind because they do tumble nice. And so here's some pet woods that I found out here on the prairie that have gone through the shake cano. There's another one. Burp, burpy doo. That one turned out nice. Looks like a little piece of caramel. Yeah, those are fun. And this was something I found out at Sherman's, in the Sherman stuff. So not a prairie piece by any means, but darn pretty. Somebody's hitting the hearts. Yeah, I agree with Resort Dog. That I like when it doesn't destroy the like opal or what's the other word for that white in your agates. I like when it doesn't rub that off. I tumble the saw chips, drill holes in them and use them for beads. Yeah, exactly, Cynthia. I keep them, we call them mubbits, because we keep them for muh. So we're always like, add that to the mubbits. So she can make tiny jewelries out of them. Some of them I keep, but yeah. Waste not, want not, right? So hang on to all those little pieces. This is beautiful. Oofta, man, Montana puts out some pretty agates. Me too, Patricia. I also love the water lines. Oh, crap. Says Ma. Oh, here's a pet wood that I didn't get showed earlier. Slickery little son of a gun. That's beautiful. I love that. I do too, Jennifer. I also like the rough edges on some of this stuff. Let's see. Here and here. Yes. Those are a pair. Obviously, there's some bits missing out the middle, but those are the ends of that piece that I cut. Like I say, Montana just woo-wee with the pretty agates. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Way too nice. Cynthia's got a great idea. Oh, somebody's just agreeing. Yes, still. I agreed. Oh, here's another pet wood that I missed in the pile over here. That also turned out really pretty, if I do say so myself. We got just a few more here. This is one that I found out here on the prairie. So this is not a Yellowstone agate like many of the others that I've showed you today are. You know, Can we get light through it? Almost. Most of the way. Let's see. Here also is a little prairie find. Nice little jasper. Jasp agate. It's pushing it, isn't it? Beautiful little piece. Here's a couple more. I got 3 more like Yellowstone finds, Montana agate stuff. This needs to go through the shaker in a bad way to get some of the grits and stuff out of there. And I love this piece. Love, love, love this piece. And this piece. Bring them back. Let's see some more of them. Let's bring them all back. There you go. Okay, bio break for me real quick. I'll leave you looking at all the pretty rocks, and I'll be right back. Intermission, if you will. It's an intermission, bees dog. Okay, I am back. Well, let me get myself situated. I'm a Musk scale 1000, says Ma. Musk scale, by the way. Oh, goodness, my neck. I got a kink in my neck. Okay. Sliding that out of the way one more time. Oh, so many pretty rocks. So I want to put Papa John's rock, Big John's rock back in frame because, like, seriously, he's not a rock hound. And he's, like, out there slaying it. Like, good job, John. You're a natural. You should probably consider taking So I was doing some work on the flat lap the other day, and so was Bison. Like I say, Bison cut and polished this piece that Papa John found, or Big John, or John. And I polished this piece of bone that Bear gave me. I did attempt to polish this the last go around on my flat lap, but I'd left a groove or a low spot or a gouge, and so I had to come back, and instead of doing it in that lot, just going back, I just set it aside and came at it from start to end again with the next batch of stuff to hit the flat lap. And again, this is a super fun bone. This does all of the beautiful bone fun things. It backlights, it UVs, it phosphoresces. It's just stunning, and I love it. So I kept the end cut for myself. I love it. It's beautiful. And also, to hit the flat lap this same night that I did this, and this is the same night that I made the cab and polished the piece that Rufo gave me. Same night I did this. So I was sitting there for a few, you know, I was, you know, in a polishing mode. And by a few, I mean a couple hours. And he's off to it. He's missing the ba-dump bump part of this story that I'm telling. So he cut some blues from AZ Rock Hounding Expeditions. And this piece with this like super flashy little inclusion is super cool. Come on, flash the crowd, would you please? We like to get flashed here. Don't be shy. Come on, you can do it. Oh, there was a little flash out of it. Come on. There. There, it's doing it. Yay! We are getting flashed. What's causing it to do that, you guys? Does anybody know what that is? So much schiller in there. So much schiller. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Yes, like Lava said, hit the buttons and do the things. So I polished both sides of this, and I know, I can see, and I knew actually like kind of at the start of this polish that I was missing some stuff in here. And that I should probably go back. And he even said, well, why do you go forward if you know you should go back? And I was like, because I'm impatient and I'm going to just plow through it. Because. Okay. So as I'm sitting there on the flat lap and I'm you know, getting to the end polish, and I am seeing some scratches and stuff that I missed farther back, I finish it off anyway, and I hand it to Bison, and I tell him, go ahead. Say something about those. Say something about that. I dare you. Something to that effect, right? And I managed to hold a straight face for just a moment. And he's very clever. He found some words that danced around the fact that it's got some scratches in it. And even said it about another piece. He was like, oh, yeah, you know, blah, blah. I can't remember what. It was super sweet, though. And like I say, he's very clever. So he danced around this a little bit. And when he finally said something about the other rock, I could barely keep a straight face. I was like, those aren't scratches, sweetheart. Those are features. And we have been on this features kick ever since. It's not imperfections, it's features. I didn't do a bad job. I just accented this rock's features. And so from now on, if you've got something that you're maybe just not quite proud of, let's just laugh it off and call it features. Cheers. Anyway, like I say, I had kind of poked him a little bit. I was like, go ahead, say something about it. Because I'd sat there on the flat lap, you know, and my mind is just going. And I'm like, yeah, those aren't scratches. Those are features. But like, how are we going to get this out into, you know, like, I want to say it to him. But like, how am I going to get, like, I want to, so yeah, when I finally shut the flat lap off, I'm like, here, have a look at that. Go ahead, say something, I dare you. And he's like, no, I cherish our relationship and value my life, so maybe not. And then, like I say, I finally got there and I was like, features. Oh, you guys know how silly you can get after you've been sitting at the flat lap for 4 hours straight, right? Or more. I don't know how long I was there. It was a while. And it was like midnight 30, and so I was getting a little goofy, but yeah. You're not featured? Excuse me. Got a little tickle in my nose. Oh. Yeah, right? Me too, Bear. I'm fully loaded with features. I love it. Yeah, those aren't scratches. Those are features of that rock. But isn't that cool? That little inclusion, that flashy inclusion. I do so adore this piece. So adore it. Yeah, there were other rocks that I did that night that had as many or more features in them that I'm not showing you guys today. Featured and weathered. Nice, Brian. I'm vintage and I have features. Cheers, you guys. Yeah. I would never set lava up for something that was awful and bad. But yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna get him. It's gonna be so funny too. And it really was. It was so funny. It's still funny. Those rocks got features. Yep, a couple of features there. Oh gosh. Yep. Laughter is the best medicine, you guys, for sure. And Betty, welcome. I haven't said hi to Betty. I didn't see you sneak in there. And Jennifer, did I say hello to you? But I read your comment anyway. I know that. Oh, yes. The world is very grateful for the fact that Brian is unique. You know, though, like, it's true. Like, without a little bit of variety and a little bit of spice, wouldn't it just get kind of boring? Like, for real. I appreciate the features and the varieties and the, you know, things in people. I really do. All right, Rick. Oh, and the world's very glad that you have an expiration date. Well, you know, that could depend on who you ask. That's arguable, Brian. Ah, you guys, yeah, the best part of waking up is drinking from your Karen cup. Cheers, everybody. So yeah, holy cow. It's been a blast over here lately with the tryings of the new tumbler, you know, the Shake Kano. I can't remember what exactly he settled on. I don't know if it's Shake Kano. I might be real wrong. But yeah, between that, I mean, you guys, look this game out of there, and that could be a cute little piece of jewelry too, you know? So definitely some usable material, some stuff that I can send out in as freebies and gift boxes, stuff that we can have sales with, all kinds of stuff. And that's just one run. Can you imagine all of the fun things? Like, you guys don't even want to know what I sent him with for this next batch. It's going to blow your minds. There's some really, really fun stuff in the next one. Some stuff that rivals or is as good or better than some of the stuff we looked at today. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see it keep coming out there. There's a piece of glass that was in that bag and needs to go in the other one. Okay. Yeah. That's a mighty jar. That's a hefty jar. May we fill it with beautiful rocks. Not just fill it, but overfill it. Boatloads of rocks, you guys. I won't stop. I can't stop. Won't stop. I might have an issue, and we might meet weekly here for things like that, and we call it Coffee and Rock Chat, but it's more like Rock AA. Hi, my name's Allison, and I like rocks. I don't want a bag of... Am I missing something here? This ash hole agate must be too amazing, huh? Yes, thank you. Big old jar. Yeah, it's still got some room. And when I start giving these away and selling them and making jewelry out of them and stuff, we'll make even more room. So we can keep putting rocks in there. It's like never-ending cookie jar. Ash hole agates. I must have missed that. Did you do that Wednesday night while I was in my meteorite meeting? Do I need to go back and watch that video? I might have watched some of it, but was also multitasking a lot because I was obviously multitasking a lot this week. We had the big saw going. We were cutting this beautiful quartz on the big saw, this whatever this green rock is. I was wire wrapping. I was making jewelry. I was flat lapping. Yeah, oh, here's another piece. Yeah, obviously I was doing a lot of multitasking, a lot of lurking while I was working. And it may be that while we looked at ash hole stuff and I was watching, that I might have jumped up and ran the big saw and was like, let me just pay attention to this for a minute and I'll be right back. So I don't know. Yes, awesome. Awesome, Brian. I will have to check that out if it's available for me to see. I love it. Love it, Brian and Julie. Love it. So yeah, the winter cabin fever has completely and fully set in. Hello, Julie. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Where is my blade? Oh goodness, I wasn't ready for that at all. She caught me, you guys. She caught me unready. Completely and entirely. Holy moly. The big blade it is, Patricia. The big blade it is. Oh, I have another something, by the way. Speaking of the big saw that needs to happen. We will do that too before we end. Thank you, Patricia. Very much appreciate that. Very, very much. I just said I had something else I was going to show you guys. Oh, it had something to do with the meeps. What about it, though? Crud. Oh, and Brian did it. I'm not done ringing the saw blade yet. I just might as well forget about whatever thought that was I was having. We'll get to that later. Where did I put it? Let's get a shim. Ring the blade again. Thank you, guys. Awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you very, very much. Oh, Brian. It's my pleasure, really. I kind of like the weirder the better for me. Kind of like them a little. I like our varieties and features. Oh, there's the saw blade. I see it there now. There was something else I was going to show you. What was it? I thought it had to do with the meeples, but maybe not. No, can't even remember. It was cool, whatever it was. Maybe I'll get it showed to you on the next episode. I don't know. What was I going to show you guys? Anything over here reminding me? No. No. Psh. Obviously, I need more coffee. We'll be in Tucson until Friday. If you are in Tucson, be sure to find Julie. Give her a hug for me. Tell her this from Prairie Girl. You guys. Gosh, I do not remember what it was. Yeah, not a clue. Anyway, like I say, last week that we have the weird little foggy crack in the screen protector thing going on because the screen protectors are here. I just got to get them put on. And the shaker, we got a new shaker, like Viva brand shaker that will do these rocks that Lava did to get all the little things out of the bot holes and stuff. We got to clean the holes. So that'll happen here in the next week. Yeah, wow. I don't remember what I was going to show you guys or tell you guys. I really, really don't. I swear it had something to do with over there. There's so much going on in this house right now. We're running the big saw like every other day, or every day if I could, but every other day because I have other stuff I have to do sometimes. The little saw just right here. The flat lap is set over in front of the TV on the couch so that you can kind of, you know, enjoy a program while you're doing that. Tumbler's running, vibratory tumblers running. It's been a blast. Yeah, I don't have a textile gun. I don't know how much I think I need one of those. I'm pretty sure I could hurt myself with one of those. And I'm already like, I have no fingernails. The talc that flat lapping produces has absolutely dried my cuticles and my whatever that edge of the nail is called. And now I've got hangnails and very, very short fingernails. And yeah, I've definitely got the lapidary manicure. And then again, like I always do the tumbler before I talk to you guys, and that dang thing just gets me filthy. I've got gloves. They're right there. They're even fascinating to Bear because he swears he's never seen a green glove before in his life. And I've got green, and I've got orange, and I've got black, and I should wear one. And I don't. Instead, I just get like grease and grit and all kinds of stuff underneath my fingernails and stuck in all the dry skin cracks and you know how it goes. You know how it goes. Brian says that the gun is good for cleaning the holes though, so. And Opal Guy is here. I don't know if I said hi to Opal Guy either. It's so satisfying. I kind of get that. I can kind of get that. I remember the first few times I stuck rocks in acid and was like, oh my goodness. Just bubbles away all that exterior junk that you couldn't get off, and ta-da, you've got a clean rock. And I remember how kind of swept away in that movement I was. I got a big jug of acid, like a gallon jug, and I'm like that old lady on the Frank's Red Hot Sauce commercial where she's like, I put that shit on everything. I was like that for a minute. Like acid every day. Like, what else needs to be put in the acid? There's still some acid in that container. What else needs it? Yeah, so I still will do the acid for the rocks every once in a while, but not like I used to. Now it's like when it's nice outside maybe, and when I've got a whole bunch of them that I just need cleaned. Yeah, Brian? Trying to sell me on the textile gun. I'll have to have a sale. And Rick's got a flat lap in his dining room with approval from the spousal unit even. Yeah, I don't ask for approval. I know I am the spousal unit here, right? So it's like, it's me who makes the mess. It's me who cleans the mess. It's me who, yeah, all of that. So I just, you know, it's not off limits for me. There's no one here to tell me that's not socially appropriate. So I just do it anyway. It does make me wish that I had a little bit bigger house sometimes though, because I could just keep stuff and stuff. Excuse me. Little dry tickle. Bear. Way to go, Jeff. Holy moly, I'm ringing the bell for that. Maybe I'll just leave it there and ring it from there. Hey, hey, hey. No, it doesn't ring there. There it is. Yeah, Rick's like, if I want to stay alive, I will make sure that the spousal unit agrees with the things in the kitchen. Well, and we've laughed over here even like, we were running the, excuse me, that cough made me cry a little bit, smear my makeup around, I don't care. We were running the little saw in the kitchen one time, and it was right after Sol had been asking if she could use her saw inside. And the coffee pot sits like over by the fridge, and then there's the sink, you know, 2 sinks, and then there's another little bit of counter there, and we'd set the saw on that other bit of counter, and it had sprayed, you could see, because the coffee pot's black, you could see it's like, it's all over my printer right now too. Just rock dust, right? Anyway, when we were done, we shut it off and realized that it had sprayed all the way over to the coffee pot, and we laughed about it a little bit. We were like, maybe should tell Sol that she shouldn't run her saw inside, because that's just water and junk. Can you imagine if that was oil or something, how nasty that would have been everywhere, even if you tried? Thank you, Julie, for stopping in, and have fun in Tucson. All the fun. Have most of all the fun. So again, though, I'm the one who cleans that up. It's, you know, and I don't mind. I really don't mind. So I just go for it. But yeah, I try to, you know, use a piece of cardboard for a shroud or whatever to stop. Again, like the saw's over here, the printer's over here, and you can see that this paper's been taking a blasting. You can see this part that's down inside the printer. That's the part that's sticking up. The whole top of the printer looks like that. So, but yeah, again, my choice. I get to do that. I get to clean that up too. It's okay. Aw, that's so sweet. Aw, Fred, that's so sweet. She said she wants him to go ahead and just put it and do it, because she'd rather he be happy cutting his rocks than unhappy because it's winter and he can't cut rocks. That's love, man. That's amore. I'm fairly certain that my significant other feels the same way. That it's my hobby, it makes me happy, I should probably just do it. But yeah, I do try. I do, you know, grab a piece of old cardboard or something and do try to kind of keep it captured and in one place. And I do try to keep my big saw from putting oil all over the place. You know, I try, it's on a piece of like linoleum so that it doesn't ruin the wood floor. And I do evacuate the fumes out of it through a filter and things like that. So I do try to kind of keep the mess at a minimum, but it's sometimes you've got to just ignore that so that you can be creative and do that thing, you know. There, you can clean it all up later, but in the midst of it, like, there's slabs, there's cabs, there's wires, and it's an organized chaos. It's, you know, these rocks are done. These ones are through the shaker and are beautiful. They just need cleaned up. So that, you know, there's that one project there. And, you know, these ones I'm looking at underneath the microscope, and these ones just got cut and still need to be moved on to the next process, whatever that's going to be. And so the creative process is a bit like a bomb, but it's an organized sort of thing. And it's, yeah, I wish I had a little bit more room, but I'll make do with what I have. And yeah, like I say, sometimes you got to just let the rock dust go all over so that you can come up with some, you know, beautiful little, I'm not wearing it anymore. I've been wearing it for like 2 days. In fact, it's even got a little sweater fuzzy stuck to it. So that you can come up with something, you know, that expresses your creative moment, you know. Trust me, lots of, you know, even tumbling, to get that piece, I had to cut it. To get it to that size and shape, I had to trim it on the trim saw. And then I had to tumble. There's so many grit changes. You don't wash that down the drain. You know, it's all over your fingers. And then finally it's out. Now there's wires and wire tools and things that go involved in this. And so it's just, it's a lot. And it's got to share space with my living environment because I don't have a shop or anything like that. So, yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh boy, I'd sure like to be cutting right now, but my child is sleeping literally right upstairs. So maybe not. So maybe not. Hey, Sir Rocks a lot and welcome. He is lurking while he's working. And Betty says she can't stop procrastinating tumbling. It's like a major malfunction. I have had that block. Where I really procrastinate my flat lapping because, again, I'm a little bit limited for space. And so the flat lap can't sit in front of the couch perpetually. That is inconvenient. It's in the way. You know, that's our living area for the most part. But, and so I'll be like, you know, tonight during my meteorite meeting, I'm going to set the flat lap up and then I can watch and listen to the meeting as I'm flat lapping. And I don't. It's that one step. I'm surrounded by rocks, says Betty. It's that one step that I just can't get quite done, right? It's, if I'd set the flat lap up, I would use it. So like right now it's out and I'm using the heck out of it. And so I almost compare it to like an ADHD, like stations kind of thing. Like I can do about 2 or 3, maybe even 3 or 4 stations at a time, but not much more than that. And so I'll have to put like one kind of thing aside for a minute, and then I'll hit it again and I'll hit it real hard. And then it's got to kind of go away for a minute, you know, sort of thing. So I kind of alternate, and then weather and things have a lot to do with what I'm doing. If the weather is sunny and beautiful and nice, you bet your bottom I'm out rock counting. And if it's, you know, 40 below like it is today, or, you know, I guess I'm exaggerating. Oh, it's -5. It was 3 when we started the program. It's -5 now. How lovely. When it's -5 and with the wind chill makes it feel like -31, then I'm just plumb tickled to stay home and play with my rocks. In fact, I wish that the world would just let me do that. Leave me alone. Let me stay home and play with my rocks. So, yeah, I don't mind a little bit of the mess. It's, you know, I try to keep it a little bit under control because I do have kids and a significant other who try to also use this living space for living. But, other than that, I let her rip tater chip from time to time because it's part of just getting the creative part out, you know, like really the mess will wait. I'll come back to it later. So it is that, isn't it, Opal Guy? It is brutal, nasty, stupid cold, ridiculous cold. It's not messy looking at all. Well, great. Yeah, like I said, do try to kind of keep it functional. I really do. You know, it's no fair for all of us if it's too overwhelming and it's like, where did I put my keys? I can't find my keys. Hey, where's my phone? I can't find my phone. That's not fair to anybody if it overruns our living environment to the point that we can't function, you know. So I do, this part of it is especially cluttery with rocks, but I do try to keep the rest of the living environment for living, you know. Yes, I use my kitchen sink for rocks, but I try to not leave them there, you know, forever. And maybe in the future, Julie, I can use my bathtub for rocks, but for now, you know, teenage boys, it's important that they be able to use the tub fully at any time. Because they don't, and anytime they want to use it, you're like, yes, 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 go do that. That's a good idea. Yeah, Rick, exactly. I said that to Bison the other day too. I was like, you know, like this rock savant thing, like, and Julie's got it too. She can like, oh, I remember when I found that there, and I can remember, and I'm like, yes, these rocks came from there. Those rocks came from. I put that rock there. In fact, I'm missing a couple of rocks that have been driving me insane, and the fact that I even know that they're missing is like, what in the shit is that? Why? Why what? And I was like, why couldn't I have some kind of like useful superpower? Like, no, I get this like savant power where I can like remember every rock, but why couldn't I have gotten something that was like applicable to life? Like, like, why can't I be really good at paying my power bill or something, you know? Like, no, I know where rocks are. And I know where they came from, and I'm like a rock savant. But yeah, why is that the thing? Yep, that is definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. I love that. So yeah, Ma shared the link there. Be sure to check that out if you're interested in watching that. That feature in action. Oh, Al, that drove me insane. I had a few that like literally were saying they would take like 3 days or like, you know, 48 hours and 24 hours and stuff. And then like I would wait the 8 or 9 hours or whatever it was, and then it would say upload failed or download failed. Excuse me. And I went in and talked to my internet provider and was like, what in the actual crap? Like, come on, man. I'm trying to work here. You know, I'm trying to do a YouTube channel here. And that is super not helpful that like nobody's waiting that long for their videos to upload, right? And they explained that, you know, oh, most people just care about the download speeds. They don't really care about the upload speeds. And so we've got everybody set at X amount of download and X amount of upload. And that suffices for most people. Most people are happy with that. And they're like, what we could do though is give you a little bit more up, and then instead of giving you more download, we'll give you more upload, but we'll just charge you the same price for the next package up. And I'm like, I don't give a crap what you do or what you charge me, but fix that because it's gonna make me lose my mind. And so that's exactly what they did. And oh, Al, I'm not even joking. Like day one after I talked to them and uploaded my next video, it was done in like a normal amount of time, you know, 45 minutes for the whole thing. So you might talk to them about tell them what you're doing. Tell them, look, I'm trying to run a YouTube. I do a lot of, you know, uploading videos and lives and things like that. Is there anything that, you know, another package that maybe has less download but more upload that I could get into instead? So they may be able to help you out. But yeah, holy moly, man, on my basic internet that they were providing up here in the middle of nowhere, which is as basic as it gets, trust me, was not doing it. And then again, I've got 2 teenage boys who are running Xboxes and cell phones and things like that too. And so I've seen it happen on Brian and Julie's where they're like, just a second, we've got too many people running on the internet here. Let's get on the, you know, let's get on the Wi-Fi real quick. So, but yeah, when they were trying to do some kind of a big game download or something, and I was trying to upload a video, it was too much, man, too much. And it was just about enough to make me lose my mind. My superpower is like the tricks and sidekicks. Frick. Yeah, for sure, Ryan. Exactly. Yeah, 2 grain elevators before getting the major line really limits my upload and download. Exactly. Yeah, the struggles are real, especially if you're in a bit of a rural area and things like high speed and uh, fiber optics and stuff are an option for you. You probably would never realize how bad it can be when you don't even have fiber. I.e., I don't get any. Exactly, Rick. Exactly. Yeah, like I say, I just explained to my internet company what I'm trying to do here, and they were like, oh, well, we could try this. They didn't know if that would help or not. They're just as they have, again, running a YouTube channel to them is a completely foreign concept. They're like, you're doing what? Nobody in the town of tiny little town here does that. Nobody in the surrounding communities do that. So, like I say, they were like, we can try it, see if it works. And if it doesn't, we'll cancel that and bring you back down or take you up farther if we need to. And shoot, just the one step, the one little adjustment. And I was like, oh, hallelujah. It was like when you hear that like majestic noise. Oh, when that first video was like completely done in 45 minutes, loaded, reviewed, and posted in like 45 minutes. I was like, yes, that's what it's all about. That's what it's supposed to be like. So just talk to them, maybe. See if they can do anything to help you out. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about too, Al. I'm like, this is not a long video. This is not a big video. And I've even like diminished the quality. So trying to speed that up. And I shouldn't have to do that. And I don't want to do that. That's not good for you guys. You guys want a good viewing experience. And if I'm diminishing the quality to accommodate my slow upload speeds, that's not working for me either. So yeah, talking to my internet company straightened a lot of that out. Thank goodness. A lot, thank goodness. And you got to just take that kind of stuff step by step. You got to find out what's going to work for you and what isn't as you're trying to do this stuff. And we all learn the hard way. Don't forget to hit the horizontal button, or don't forget to not move too fast if you're walking around because it can't quite keep up. There's all that little tips and tricks that even if you're like, shoot, we're riding the Stargo bus today because we're doing all the things. Yeah, thankfully things are faster now, thankfully, because that kind of slow internet stuff's about enough to drive a person mad. So yeah, tons of cutting, tons of polishing, some jewelry making, some all kinds of stuff going on. And I blame the weather. It's disgusting, gross, horrible, unimaginable out there right now. Excuse me. I think my dog's only gone out like 4 times in the last 2 days. Maybe 5 times. Pretty bad. And she wants to. And then you open the door and she gets one whiff of it, like hits her right in the face. And she's like, oh, no. And she goes the other way. Like, I tried to tell you, like, trust me, if I see it come up above -5, I'll let you know and I'll put you out. I'm like, still at -5. So, yeah, I blame the weather for pushing me to do stuff with some of the, and again, what's the point in going out and collecting all that rock and stuff if you're not doing something with it? I mean, some of them are nice to look at just the way they are. I look up and I've got a few specimens and samples that I would never do anything with. I love them just the way they are. And then a few more that like could really benefit from a little polish, so it's always good to kind of catch up on all that material that you got and revisit it. You're like, wow, I kind of actually forgot that I'd found that one. It's kind of nice to revisit it and get into some of that stuff. I've got plenty of stuff from, you know, I still have AZ stuff, you guys. Can you believe it or not? I've still got stuff from Jeff and Vicky. I've still got stuff from Rufo. I've still got stuff from Bear, and my own stuff like beyond belief. I got some stuff from Soul still. So tons of stuff that I can just be playing with. And if I never had to stop and leave and go in the outside world, I could probably do that. Oh, Jeff's getting close. Jeff's getting close to the 1K. I'm getting close-ish. I've got a few more than you, Jeff, to go, but I'm getting there. Which is, you know, it's always exciting. That's a kind of a milestone that, you know, you kind of do look forward to. I'm not one of those people, by the way, who watches my analytics. I don't. I've never let the analytics dictate what we're going to do here. I've always just done what I like to do, and hopefully you guys like to join in with me, you know. I like looking at rocks. I like showing you guys what I'm up to. Talking about things that I don't know about even, you know, like what is going on here? What is this? And isn't it pretty? You know, mission accomplished. That's how I like to enjoy spending my Wednesday afternoon with you guys, and my Friday evenings with Karen, and, you know, there she is, by the way. And so I just I'm not one of the analytics watchers. However, I do kind of keep an eye on my sub count because I do kind of look forward to that 1K. You know, that is kind of a note that, you know, people appreciate what you're doing and that you're on the right track, you know, that kind of thing. 1K is just, I mean, it's just a number for real, but it is kind of that like milestone, that step to hit. So I am kind of looking forward to doing the same thing. I'm kind of right behind Jeff and looking forward to it. I think most everybody in here is familiar with everybody. If the wrenches want to do the things and share the stuff, though. And wrenches, while you're at it, if you'd share my story in the thing, because maybe there's somebody here who didn't hear that last week. The PrairieGirlRocks merch store, just like Karen here, and I've got a AZ Rock Counting Expeditions coffee cup as well. The merch store is open for PrairieGirlRocks stuff if you would like to have a little browse around and see if anything catches your eye there. So, yeah, I mean, I don't watch the analytics, but 1,000, congratulations, Jeff and Vicky. Let me be the first ones to say it, even though you haven't done it yet, because I know you're going to, and I know it's going to happen really soon for you guys. Congratulations, and I'm right behind you. I'm right there. Yeah, sure does, Opal guy. Sure does. Yeah. There, and some of my videos, I know that there's a few that do really well and continue to do really well. And there's some of the silliest videos. I'm like, why that one? So again, I don't watch the algorithm. It just drives me mad. And I've checked it, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's neat information, but I don't have time. I'm too busy writing thumbnails, taking pictures, cutting stuff, making jewelry, blah, blah, to check my analytics and see what's going on in there. So thank you, Ma, for doing things there. Yeah, I've checked a little bit of that too, like searches that you know, there's all of that stuff in there. But yeah, I if I'm really bored, which never ever happens, I may go snooping around in there and see what kind of things they're trying to tell me. But otherwise, yeah. Yep, I am. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I'm right behind you. And that's true, Ryan. That's true. Some have thousands of subscribers but don't get a lot of views. That's very true. You know, and I'd rather have fewer subscribers and more people who are actively engaging in the channel and who, you know, are appreciating than more subscribers and less people who, you know, you guys are worth your weight in gold to me. Absolutely. You know, the analytics and the numbers don't matter to me. This community does. So that's why I do it. That's why I do it every Wednesday, is because I enjoy this community and the topics and the laughs, and oh my gosh, some of the stuff we have talked about and got up to over the years have been epic. Yeah, yeah, you know, exactly, Opal Guy. And there's people who don't engage in the chat, who watch all the time, and because they're there watching, they've got to be enjoying to some degree, or maybe they're watching because it's cringy for them in some way, you know, and that's fine too. That's fine too. But yeah, so there is always that unspoken community too, who's always there, and I appreciate them as well. And you know, they're being there, their watch hours, their likes, their things like that are a little bit of an encouragement and a pat on the back that they might be appreciating too from their end. So it all counts and matters. You know, the little like button, the little hearts, the little the comments, the you know, all of that stuff, the super chats, the you know, all of that stuff that you guys do is great encouragement along the way, and great support to not just me but this entire rock community. So sharing is caring. We're doing that. We're doing it all over the place, and I love it. And Opal Guy enjoys cutting the material and making the videos. Editing is not necessarily my favorite thing to do, but I do like the end result when I've got a nice video that, you know, documents the process of something, or is fun, or, you know, just gets you guys out and about, because I know sometimes you can't. You know, sometimes you're under the weather, sometimes you're wheelchair bound, sometimes you don't have a vehicle, a running vehicle, you know, whatever the reason is. So from taking you guys along on adventures with me to, like I say, documenting the process of taking something from a rock all the way to a cab to a piece of jewelry, those are some fun adventures to go on with you guys. I'm glad you guys enjoy coming along. So like I say, that's what keeps me doing it. I'm not algorithm driven. I'm not you know, analytics driven in the least. Sweet, Al. Right? Opal Guy, anyone who comes along on the journey is welcome. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome to come along. Awesome. Jahik or Caleb, I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, yeah. It's not easy, you know, you got to be a little bit persistent about it, but keep at it. You'll get better at it, that's for sure. Man, I go back and look at some of my first stuff and I'm like, okay, yeah, that was pretty cringy. That's pretty bad. But I can realize too that in that process, I've learned a lot of things and have gotten better at it. I'll be right back. I gotta fill that cup up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Bear, for sharing that. Right on, Jeff. That's impressive. And Al, that's impressive. You fellas are knocking it out of the park. Mm-hmm. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Way to go, guys. Oh, I got a kink in my neck today. I swear it's not from looking down the microscope or sitting over the flat lap, I swear. Yeah, no. Probably not rock related at all, I swear. I swear. It's not rock related. But I should probably go address it. Get something to eat and take a little bit of an ibuprofen. Mm. you guys are fun. And Jeff's doing some stuff tonight too. Awesome. You guys, you do all the fun stuff on Wednesday nights. What about Tuesdays and Thursdays when nobody's doing nothing? Thursday, though, so Rufo's been kind of picking up the Thursdays a little bit. Could use some hot rocks on it. Like hot ones that set your metal detector off, or like warm ones on your eyeballs, or ones out of the freezer on your eyeballs. I could get a rock warm and, like, you know, use it as, yeah, for my neck. Exactly. That's a freaking brilliant idea. Sir Rocks a lot. In fact, even just this cold quartz kind of feels kind of good back there. Yeah, so like I say, I should go do a little bit of self-care, though. Take care of that. So that I don't regret my life choices here in the near future. I got a lot more screen time to do today, so I probably better go address that nagging little neck and headache that's trying to sink in there. But yeah, you guys know what to do. You guys know all about checking out everybody else's stuff's going on, and doing the likes and the thing to help each other out, and, you know, smash the little hearts. That's free. That's free, but I think that it tells the internet algorithm that you like it or something like that. So do those things. You know, all of that. Take care of each other, and, you know, most importantly, in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind, right? Kind of a rock hound. Go get your t-shirts and your hoodies and your cups and all of that say choose to be kind of a rock hound. That's what the merch says. So be sure to check out the merch store that's brand new and open and available for you. I'm so glad, Caleb, that we can entertain you. Don't be igneous. Oh my gosh. Opal, can I put that on a cup? Oh my God, I love that. Yes, we'll split. We'll split. Oh, I love that. But igneous is bliss, says Bear. God, you guys are on a roll. Ba-dum-bump. Cheers, you guys. I love it. I love it. So like I say, thank you guys for all your help. It's going to fix things like this broken screen protector that's causing the weird little orb in the corner. I apologize for that. This is, I guarantee, the last live where we were looking at that, I promise. And it's because of you guys that we get to keep doing that and keep doing it and getting better at it. You know, your guys' support drives me to get better at things like this. So thank you guys for making the show a better place for us all to be. It's definitely a rock family effort here. Yeah, cheers, Steinkern. Check out Karen. Check her out. It's the place to be. And we'll sing the song. Let's see if I've got some little jewelry rocks and stuff I'll hold up here, and we'll sing it and do it. And pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they all are very pretty, and they all have features. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that I made you smile. Hope I made your Wednesday just a little bit more happy and fun, and we'll do it again. Isn't that great? We get to do it again and again and again and again and again. So thank you guys again for joining me, helping me laugh and enjoy the morning and the afternoon, and happy hump day. Hopefully we got you through the middle of the week, and the rest of it is just awesome from here on out. We all have features. Cheers, you guys. Thanks for joining. And